guys, yeah, here with a straight white male. As I've been promising you all week, I'm going to be making a beer calendar today. I just want to show you, so this is kind of like, this is one that I've made earlier. As you can see, it's a poster tube, like about, you know, it'll fit a 440 can in, about the size of my head, I guess. And probably a bit bigger than a 440. You might even be able to get a pint can in. Anyway, this is one that I've made earlier. Just got a poster tube, wrapped it in some wrapping paper, Christmas wrapping paper. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. This is going to be the door. I haven't put the numbers on yet, but we'll do that. So watch as I make a beer advent calendar. Right, we need to wrap tubes with paper, with some nice lovely wrapping paper to, you know, give it a festive look. So got one of our tubes here, got some wrapping paper here. What you want to do, get your tube, line it up with the bottom and so that it's straight, and then you want to twist it round, twist it round, twist it round till it's covered, and then what you want to do is find that covering point, and you want to make a mark here so that you know where to cut. Once you've done one of them, as I've done previously with this, you can get a bit of cardboard and you can cut it to the size, and then you can mark or find the edge, and hopefully, depending on the size of your wrapping paper, you should be able to, with each cut, you can maybe fit a handful of them on. Maybe, I think this one will fit about 3 to 4. So now that we know our sort of size, you can see our wrapping paper here has grid lines, so we can just, as I've done a little bit here, we can cut along the grid lines. This is a little bit bigger than the size we need, but that's okay. It gives us room to, in case I make a mistake, or just a little bit of room to play. Let's see. You see, I just ripped it a little bit there. But that's okay because we've got room to play. So now we've cut that. See, lovely straight. And it wraps around our tube beautifully. So we just need to see. So then we just need to find the top edge. Take a pencil. There you go. Make a mark. And then again, line up your cardboard to the mark. Make another. And again, line up your cardboard to the mark and make another. So there you go. We get three sheets of wrapping paper to wrap around our tube with this. And again, you can see the paper has graph. It's a little bit smaller, so we then cut along this line here, and we've got sheets of paper. Great. So we're cutting up the Christmas paper. I think a better solution, I've got myself a ruler here. This is just a spirit level, as you can see. So just a nice straight edge. And I've got myself a box cutter. Now, if you're a young person watching this, be very careful with box cutters. They can do a lot of damage, and you know, your tubes won't be the only thing that's red. So anyway, so I'm going to be cutting up. I'm just cutting up the final piece of my Christmas wrap to go on the tubes. So just I've got a bit of cardboard under the glass so that I don't damage this table too much. So my girlfriend would probably be happy if I destroyed this table, because she does not like it. So I'm just there you go, just lining up with the graph on here. There's sort of the squares. Just cutting, and I'll just move the cardboard up. How's your weekend going? It's Saturday here. We're still in lockdown. How are you doing? So, busy weekend for me. I'm also, while I'm doing this, I'm also trying to make brioche loaf. So something's going to suffer, I suspect. I've also got to make lunch at some point. Right, there we go, nearly done. Final bit, there we go. There we go. So we now got this. That would cover 3 tubes. And so, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up. So I've done this a couple of times already. Line them up. I'm going to cut them all at once, hopefully. Hopefully this won't go wrong. This is probably going to go wrong. Oh, this is probably going to go wrong, isn't it? So I've got all my bits of paper here. There's about 5 sheets here. I've marked where the 3 edges that I need to cut along. I've got my ruler, I've got a bit of cardboard to protect the table, I've got my box cutter. Remember, be very careful with the box cutter. Anyway, so I'm just going to cut along here. There you go. So that's the first couple of sheets. And then move this up. Okay. Hasn't quite gone all the way through, possibly. Very gentle. So, that's a couple. And go, and just this final sheet hasn't. There we go, just got to tease it slightly. So, a little bit of a helping hand. There we go. Alright. So then our final set of sheets, just line up again. Apply a lot of pressure so that you cut through all of the sheets together. Oh, not quite. There we go. Maybe a little bit of. There we go. Next part. Now that we have our squares of paper, it's time to wrap the tubes in them. So we're going to take our tube and we want to wrap it up like this. Now, to get a tight bond with the tube, I'm going to use a little bit of super glue. Now remember, if you're doing this with young ones, got to be careful with the super glue. It can get pretty sticky on your fingers. You don't want to be going to hospital with your fingers glued together, do you? Or as a friend did once upon a time in high school, managed to super glue their hand to their forehead. You don't want accidents like that, so be very careful. So what we're going to do, we're going to glue a little bit along the edges. And this tube might be running out. Yeah, there we go. Can't quite see, but we just want to... Yeah, this tube is definitely running out. So just a little bit along the edges. And we're going to get our tube. And see if we can line it up. So there we go. We just want to roll it up, and then we're going to want to apply just a little bit of glue along here. Now, I think we're nearly out of this glue. Luckily, we've only got two or so to go. Okay, should be slightly, just enough to give a seal. There you go. So I might have to be getting some more glue, but there you go, that should be nicely bound. It's a bit loose at the back, but there you are. That's okay if it's a little bit loose at the back. Anyway, so I've got two more of these, well no, one more of these to do, and I'll have to work out the glue situation. Okay, so we've now got our tubes, they're all wrapped up, looking beautiful like presents. We're going to stick our, these are the ends that you won't be seeing, so they should be against a wall or something like that. And I'll just pop them on. And again, on here, do it when the sort of, this would be slightly lengthy. You can cut that down a little bit, get a box cutter and cut that down. And I'm just going to pop them on. Okay, that's fine. So these are nicely ready. Get two more. So we want our advent calendar caps, the ones with the doors. So what I've done, so I've taken a bit of paper and I've drawn around, so make a stencil for the caps. So then that paper would fit in nicely, perfect. Then you take some leftover wrapping paper, and if you remember, I think I've removed it now, but if you remember when I was cutting up the sheets, the sheet of wrapping paper made about 3, and there was a leftover smaller section. So I've taken that smaller section and it's just big enough for this. So I've cut there. So I now have these, which are going to fit in. And because my stickers are kind of small, they're a bit too small for the caps. So I'm just making it look a bit nicer. I've cut a hole in so the sticker edges will stick along to the wrapping paper, and then the inner circle, the sticker will stick to the cap. So take your ring of wrapping paper, place it inside your cap. Take your sticker, I've got number 23 here, number 23 heart, and we're going to just stick it down. Yeah, perfect. So there you go. And you just place that cap onto the end, and you can put it into your advent calendar. We've built up our pyramid here. I just want to show you how to do this. So what I've got here is, this is Gorilla Glue. It bonds any material to any other material. So what I've been doing is I've just been splodging a little bit of Gorilla Glue on two places, and then piling the tubes on top. So I'm about to do that for the top. I've got 3 more to go on the top, and so I'm going to do that now. So I get a little bit of water, dip my finger in, a bit, splash there, splash there, splash there, and splash there. And I get my Gorilla Glue. Now you've got to be careful when you're using this. It's very, very, very strong glue. Can stick anything to anything. So just squeeze out a drop, squeeze out a drop, squeeze out a drop. You're just squeezing it out onto the water. So I grab my so I just grab that and place that on. There you go. Alright. So again, just a drop here, just a drop there, just a drop there, just a drop there, and a drop there, and a drop there. I'm going to do a bit of glue. Glue, a little bit of glue on here, so that it's all bonded nicely together. There you go. So yeah, now just a final one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get our glue. That, and we just pop that on top. Yes, great. So that's our pyramid sorted. Put the lid back on the glue. That's it. To finish it off, well, eventually we've got our base here, the base of the Christmas tree, or the pyramid. I like to think of it as a tree. And once this is all dry, we'll put some glue splodges on and attach it to the bottom down here. This is it. This is the advent calendar. As you can see, I've put a couple of ribbons on this. I've got a nice red ribbon to match the Christmas paper, and a nice grey ribbon. Of course, you can choose whatever colours you prefer, you like. So I'm just gonna put this up on the shelf. There we go. Looks nice, huh? Now it's ready to be filled by my girlfriend with beers.